guys, thought I'd better catch everybody up on some stuff. I've been home probably about a month and a half, 2 months now from work, and I have been busy. We have just built a new shop, still not finished, no electrical yet. I'm running these off of an extension cord to the lights and everything else right now, so we're still waiting to get the electrical done. The concrete just got poured last week. It's a 36 by 60 by 14 foot tall wall, and I am excited to have a space to finally work. You have no idea, it's been years in the making. So we got this started to work on. I've got a fence I just built around the rest of the property here by myself, so it was a lot of work. It's a privacy fence. If you haven't put it up before, it's probably worth it to hire a professional. It sucks, but I'm glad that I've got all this done. But I still have Rocky Mountain Race Week coming up in a week. I've got a lot of time, so this next week's gonna be devoted to preparing for that. As you can see here behind me, I've been working on this trailer. We have a little 4x6, which is the maximum size you can have for the Rocky Mountain Race Week event. I got some graphics printed out thanks to a buddy of mine over at 580 Performance and Parts. He helped us get some type of graphics on the trailer, so it wasn't just plain. An Oklahoma flag is fitting, Oklahoma boys here. And it's a blue, so it kind of matches the CORNYOTE car a little better. And I finally got that thing clean. Anyway, so I got some buddies coming over in a little bit. We're gonna get this wrapped up. It definitely helps to have a lot of hands when you do something like this large a footprint. We've also pulled all the fenders off. We pulled the screws out of the side to give us a flat surface to mount to. Once this goes on, we'll put the screws back in, we'll put the fenders back on. Painted the wheels black just because they were a wagon wheel white and it didn't really match the car, you know, because the car's got blacked out wheels on it. So I thought that, you know, it's a cheap and easy way to do that. You know, kind of cheesy, but it'll give it a better look, I think. So get this wrapped up. On the inside, I've got to build shelving a little bit so I can organize some of my stuff and kind of develop a load plan. There's a lot of stuff going in there. We're taking a tent, a pop-up, generator, tools, floor jacks, ramps, air compressor, everything you can think of that you would need on the road when you're working on the car. I've also got a number of pulleys and a number of belts to go on it. I haven't really dialed it in for a 10.0 index class, so we're gonna have to pull a lot of power out of the car, so I've got some larger pulleys to go on it. I was hoping to get to the track this weekend and kind of get some test runs and kind of see where we were at, kind of play with the car a little bit, but that isn't gonna be able to happen. I got a lot of stuff going on this weekend, family stuff, etc. So we're just gonna have to kind of play it by ear when we get to the track, do some hits, see how it is, and make adjustments from there. All right, so I also have these two fuel jug holders that hold 4 jugs total. I've got 3 extras in the back there, but I plan on taking 3 jugs full of E85 for the journey. The car does run on full-time E85. One of the jugs will be devoted to 89 normal gas so that we can run the generator, etc. But those are gonna mount here on these corners on the front. So I should have 2 fuel jugs here, 2 fuel jugs here. And depending on the time frame we have, I'd like to mount the spare tire here in the center for the trailer. I'm gonna put the drag radials inside along with the other stuff. But on the car, right now I currently have a 315 60R15, which is a massive tire. I'm not gonna need that for the strip on a prep surface. So I'm gonna go down to a 275 60R15 ET Pro. That's what I'm gonna run on the strip. Unfortunately, I had another set of wheels on order from RC Components from back in February. They're still not here. So we're gonna have to run a 19-inch rear with the street tread on it with the skinny fronts. It's gonna look out of place. I was hoping to have, you know, an actual matching set of wheels with street tread on them, but you know how things go with today's market and the way things get delivered and lost and misplaced and back ordered, etc. So that's the plan right now. The car really doesn't need a whole lot. We're just gonna have to play with the power. Obviously I can get out of the car early and coast through the line, but that's not a very consistent way to do that, especially for a for that type of class. So we're gonna play with the power, we're gonna play with pulleys, we're gonna see what the best thing we can do is to kind of make it consistent. So yeah, once I get this trailer wrapped up, kind of get it thrown back together, I'll toss it on the car so we can see what the combination looks like together. But so far, I like the way it looks, I like the graphics, I like the theme, so pretty excited that my buddy was able to jump in here and kind of help me get this together. Anyways, once it gets together, we'll go ahead and catch you guys up. right, so the wrap is done. Put all the screws back in, put the vents back on. Got the wheels and the fenders painted black, kind of matched the car a little bit, but it turned out pretty good. Definitely not a professional wrap installer. It's a little more of a pain in the butt than you would think, especially something that large and with a curve here. But unless you get really close up on it, it looks pretty good. There's a few little bubbles that'll work themselves out, I think, but for the most part, pretty happy with it. Trailer looks good. All we have left now is to put the little holders for the fuel cans on each corner here on the sides. I've already drilled the holes there, you can see. So that will go on. And I'm going to try and make a spare tire mount here off the tongue coming straight up for the spare tire for the trailer, so I don't have to dig through the trailer to get the spare out in case we have a flat tire for some reason. But it looks pretty good. Tomorrow when I get up, I'll throw it on the car and we'll get some quick pictures and stuff and see what it looks like. Alright, so we got the trailer hooked up to the car. I kind of mocked up one side of the fuel holders there. See how that's kind of going to go. I'm planning on, like I mentioned, putting a piece of metal up from the tongue to mount the spare tire to. That'll also have a chain that will run through the loops in the fuel cans and then back onto itself, so I can lock up the fuel jugs so someone doesn't just come and grab them. But you can kind of get a feel for how this is going to look. But yeah, it looks pretty good. I got a little close backing up, but I didn't hit it, so pretty happy about that. But the trailer looks great. And that's kind of how everything's going to be laid out. That spare tire in the middle may be mounted up. Fuel jugs on each side. And then we'll start to build out the interior with shelving, because there's still a lot of stuff that has to fit inside. Alright, so I'm going to try and keep up with videos. No promises, I hate doing them. But I'm going to try to kick one out at least every day during race week. We'll see how it goes. Probably one more on the interior side of things. Once I get that done and kind of situated, I'll lay that out and we'll do that video as well. But I'll try and get this one up pretty soon, and we'll at least give you guys an idea of what's going on.